Well, hello, beautiful. I hope that you are well. Cody, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. If you love this info, please subscribe. All right, so today I want to talk to you about vitamin C and percentages of vitamin C and which percentage is best for which skin type and goal. So, vitamin C has also gotten a PR agent. Vitamin C has been around for a very long time. There is a lot of good research about vitamin C and the benefits for it topically and internally. So the thing that is, what I'm obsessed with is human behavior, like psychology. Why someone does something, why they don't do something, why they think what they're doing is of benefit or help. And so that's what I'm always kind of obsessed with even my brand, is not just sharing information, but sharing information in a way where, because I know where you're coming from and what you want, that I share information so that it makes sense to you. So let me explain. I know that most of you want brightening and anti-aging effects with vitamin C because it's an antioxidant. So it's a free radical scavenger. So it helps to ward off free radical damage from the environment, pollution, stressors, and all of those kinds of things. That's why I recommend that you put on vitamin C first after cleansing or exfoliating or toning or whatever. It's the first liquidy serum-based product that you put on first, because if it's a good formula, it's usually acidic. And the thing about vitamin C is it needs to be about a pH of around 3 in order to be acidic. That causes a mild exfoliation, which also is part of what causes that glow. Now, I'm seeing people use 20% right away, and they're 18 or even older than that, and they're going right to 20. Now, remember, even though companies don't want you to think this or know this necessarily, or would totally disagree with me, and that's totally fine, because a lot of the information I share is really going against even trying to sell you something, because I would rather you not buy something from me, get an incredible result from something even at the drugstore and go, okay, that guy really wants to just help me. That's my thing. I just love helping people, even if it's not from my brand. So this idea that companies are having all of these different percentages, but then most people are going to the highest percentage first, concerns me. Here's why. One is you can irritate the hell out of your skin going to a too high of a percentage. Remember, all of you, please think of percentages as pounds in your weight, okay? You don't just go to the gym and first time at the gym, never lifted weights and start lifting 50 pounds, right? You work your way up, you tone your muscle, you train yourself to be able to handle the weight of 50 pounds. Same is true of skincare. And what happens is people go right to the highest percentage, 20%, 25%, now 30%, ridiculous, unnecessary, unless you're a professional and you're using it in a treatment room. Why? Because it's super irritating. It's actually very irritating to the skin. Anything over like 20%, you start getting really risky with irritation and sensitivity and sensitization. So think of your percentage as where you start and working up. And the reason is that also you kind of want to see if you can get away with like a 10, a 12, a 15, before you go right to 25. Now you need that 20. Now you're going to need the 25 because your skin is used to that. Also, my love, you have to consider all your other exfoliants, because if you're using a really good vitamin C, it should be the right pH, which causes mild exfoliation. I'm talking like Obagi, Skin Medica, SkinCeuticals, IS Clinicals, those mine. I know I'm putting myself in that category. Some people may be like, girl, you so arrogant. I already told you my ego has an ego, and that ego has a PhD. But anyway, but you know, I do formulate and create from that perspective of those companies, all great companies. So and they're wise and they're smart, and they would tell you too, if you don't need a 20, you start with the 10. And also because if you're using other exfoliants, you're going to run the risk of sensitizing your skin and irritating your skin. And that's never good for your skin, because now the very thing that's an antioxidant that's nourishing your skin and strengthening your skin is the thing that harms it, because you're using a lot of other exfoliants and you're using too high of a percentage of vitamin C. So the rule is always the same. Start lower percentage unless you're prescribed it, unless you're seeing a professional, unless you've done every other percentage in every other form and you're like, I need the next level and the strongest. then you go to the higher percentage. But you also aren't necessarily supposed to stay on that 20% or 30%. You use it to get your work done, so to speak, and then you drop back down and then you go back up again. Same thing as with vitamin A and alpha hydroxy. Do you guys want me to go into great detail about all of these percentages? Because I see people and they come in with their stuff and they're like, I've been using this all for 3 years, same stuff, and my skin has never looked worse. And I'm like, well, you got to mix it up. And yeah, you're using a 20% vitamin C, but that just because it's, first of all, just because the vitamin C 20% doesn't mean it's going to really work, because if the pH isn't done right, and if the formula isn't created in such a way so that it doesn't oxidize before you ever put on your skin, that's also kind of important. So those are things just to always kind of know about when you're buying vitamin C. There's also different forms of vitamin C that do different things, like ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is the acidic form. It is what causes, it's in most of the vitamin C products that you see now. And even though it is extremely cheap and affordable to purchase in bulk, like ascorbic acid, like I'm seeing all these powders now that you can buy, people always ask me, what do you think of the powders? I don't like them. I don't think they work. I think they're crap. I think that you should never, you are spending, if you're spending money on vitamin C, it's because you want the benefit of it, right? Well, you're not going to get much benefit topically or actually getting that product to penetrate deeper into the skin when you just have a powder and you pour it into any formula that you don't even know can break it down or destabilize it. It's really unstable. We've used them in our back bar powders professionally. I don't like them. I don't think they work. They also make the skin extremely red. It's not a glow to me. It's a pseudo glow. It's an irritated glow. It's not a true, genuine glow of the skin. It's a flushing that occurs, but that shouldn't be mistaken for a stimulated glow. A stimulated glow is the regeneration of new skin cells, and then that top layer looks like just kind of like you do when you have retin-A or use vitamin A. It has that redness to it, and that is from stimulation, not irritation. So I know I was all over the place, but I'm really concerned also. Okay, let me tell you this. If you're 18, you could definitely use like a 10%, right? Once you get up to 30 and you don't have many issues and you're just trying to protect yourself, you're probably fine using a 10% all the way up, unless you're a vitamin C addict and you want to use something higher, but it's unnecessary. And I'd rather you save that money for something else that you could be getting a lot of benefit from, like a salicylic acid or an alpha hydroxy. So don't throw away, don't play all your cards with just one ingredient, and one ingredient being vitamin C, because there's so many other ingredients that the skin kind of needs to be healthy, glowing, and gorgeous. If you're like, say you're 30 and you're now starting to notice first signs of aging, fine lines, pigmentation, then you could probably, I always think you should start with the lowest, because 10 to 15 typically is all skin types. Like our formula is a 12% formula, and people always ask, why are you doing 12? 12 is kind of a sweet spot in formulation. It's also where I can sell this product confidently to all people and they will get a result, but they won't have the sensitivity or the irritation. Even our 12%, some people, they say it's too sensitive, it's too strong for them. So it's always about how it's formulated, okay? So you could formulate a 30%, but it's still not gonna be very effective if it's not done right, okay? Now, if you're 40, you're dealing with pigmentation, you're prone to pigmentation, and you've used your 10 and your 15, then that's when you start going up to 20%. And I would recommend that you probably do it once a day instead of twice a day, unless you're really struggling. But if you're like over 40 and you're struggling, let's say with aging and pigmentation and sun damage, then that's when you can use like a 20 twice a day. So it just really depends on what's your baseline, where you're at, your skin type, and also what other exfoliants and ingredients are you using in your regimen. Because a lot of people could actually have better looking skin if they lowered the percentage of the vitamin C, went from a 20 to a 15 or a 10, use that twice a day, use more than recommended, and then throw in a glycolic cream. Because the thing that's happening with vitamin C, that happens with all ingredients that are beneficial, is they just get overkilled with how beneficial they are and how great they are, and then people put all their eggs in one basket with one ingredient. So I don't know if I've lost you. I think I lost myself today, and I'm totally okay with that. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope this video helped you get clarity that you don't always need the highest percentage, and who needs what percentage and who would benefit most from that percentage. I'll leave you with this. Vitamin C in 20% and higher. I've even seen it in 15 when I was working with Obagi stuff. People would get blackheads and breakouts because usually it's formulated with other ingredients that can cause, you know, just congestion in the skin. Just seeing a lot of people that are using 20% start to get either a sensitivity or they'll get some congestion in their skin. Yeah, just be mindful that, you know, vitamin C is over 15%, you start to run the risk of getting congestion and breakout. But the thing about vitamin C, if it's in a lower, like 15 or below, depending on the formula, of course, it can actually help breakouts because it's acidic. So that's why some people, the comment on our Even Vitamin C, they're like, oh my God, why is it helping my acne? We would never promote it for that. But it can help that because it's acidic, because it's causing exfoliation a little bit, and because acne can't live in an acidic environment. So anyway, so I love you guys. Hope this video helped, and I'll see you really soon in a new video. Remember to stay gorgeous. Bye.